Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and it's wonderful to be here with you all. Funny story. So, this is like the third time this morning that I've started this broadcast, and the first time, there was no one here except me, and it was getting to like 10 minutes past, and I'm kind of getting very nervous and thinking maybe I've put it to the wrong profile because since that update things have been a little bit dicey, and so I thought I'd best go and check to make sure that it's going to the right people, which I did. I then answered a little message from Debbie. Hi, Debbie. And tried again, and that time I actually did send it to the wrong people, and it was posted to my public profile. So luckily did discover that very soon, and here we are now, the third time lucky. So let's all settle down now after that beautiful bhajan. Yes, you're right, Leela, it is extremely lovely, that one. And we'll just pull our attention back into the center. We're going to listen to Ganesh Artavashesham this morning, and a little bit different. We'll go into a silent meditation after that, and then we'll have a talk, which is a Sri Krishna Puja talk from 1992, and that was given in Cabela, Italy. But first, let's all bow down together in front of Shri Mataji, raise our kundalini and put ourselves into bandhan.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी
We'll sing one mantra to Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
गणेश अथर्व शीर्षम। ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरों गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादः सन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निच्छृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदञ्च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतं आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
We'll have a 5-minute meditation silently.
today we have decided to have the puja of Shri Krishna. We have many a times done this puja and have understood the essence of Shri Krishna's advent, which was 6,000 years back. And now, what his manifestation was, what he wanted to be accomplished, has to be done in this Kali Yuga. As it is, this Kali Yuga is going into a new realm of Satya Yuga, but in between there is Truta Yuga, where this Brahma Chaitanya, or we can say the all-pervading power of God's love, is going to act. At this time, what is going to happen with Sri Krishna's powers? This is what we have to see. Sri Krishna, as I told you, was the incarnation also of diplomacy. So he plays around quite a lot, and ultimately he brings forth the untruth and the falsehood. But in doing that, he judges. It's very important that Sri Krishna's powers of his diplomacy were to be manifesting at this time when it is the last judgment. So now, whatever we have done wrong before, whatever karmas which have been done in ignorance maybe, or maybe deliberately, all of them will be paid back. Those punyas which we have done in previous life, this life, will be also rewarded. This is all done through Sri Krishna's principles of collectivity, where he collectively sees the situation. For example, as I told you last time also, that Columbus luckily went to America. Luckily. So we were saved, otherwise we would not have been here. And then these Spanish people, bullfighters, they went and started fighting the poor, unarmed people who were just very simple owners of that land. But they went and occupied those lands and killed every one of them. So in America you can't find anyone, no doubt. But even in South America, you have to go to Colombia or to Bolivia, to great heights, to see some aboriginals there. Otherwise, most of them are finished. So now in Kruta Yuga, all these diseases have started cropping up. But the best part is the drug addict. These drugs are made, for your information, in Bolivia and in Colombia. You drove them down there, so now you have the drugs, and very nicely you are very welcoming them. People went in Nicaragua to help them and brought back all these horrible drugs to Washington. And in every elite society, they are just discussing which is the best drug, where is the sale on, where should they buy the drugs. So all of America is now worried how much drug they can import and kill themselves and destroy themselves. So this destruction has started from inside. Then in addition to that, when I went there first, I told them not to indulge into these Freudian practices, but keep to morality, otherwise you'll have problems. So they had first AIDS, secondly now Yuppies disease, and all kinds of secret diseases there. Among 10 people, there would be at least one person who is suffering from that. And among 20 people, there will be at least one person who must be suffering from schizophrenia. Because they made every person, every other country nervous. So now, they are getting schizophrenia. Like this, we can see even in England. Now, in England, they came to India as traders, ordinary traders, and plundered us completely, no doubt, ruled us for 300 years. As I say, it's gracious hospitality they had. And then they left us in 3 pieces. And now in their own country they have problems, all kinds. First of all, nobody wants to call themselves as English. They all call themselves Welsh or Scots or especially the Irish. And there is always a bomb scare in London. Every time, for our first program also, there was a bomb scare. So you can imagine these English who tried to divide us are automatically divided among them and now fighting each other. But there are other problems also, like AIDS and immoral life, everything. Same with the French. French tried to sell their wine all over and bring their horrible bathroom culture everywhere. Now they are suffering from it. For example, most of the time they are drunk and they have lost all moorings. I mean, they have no sense left in their heads. Like a housewife could be a prostitute, allowed by law. All such things are happening. Now they are paying. And the worst that they are paying, all these countries who think kind of themselves, are recession. This is also Shri Krishna's power because he is Kubera. He is the one who is the power of wealth. He gave lot of wealth to all these countries. And now they don't know what to do with themselves. We can see in these 50 years how many things have happened, but especially these 20 years have been really remarkable. All over the world you can find out there has been some sort of a complete change or an exposure. Even in Italy you see every day this Vatican is exposed, or some mafia connections are there, or this, what you call, people from the government are exposed. I am doing nothing, I am just sitting here. But it was working out that way. Since I have been here, I don't know how many people have gone to jail. God knows. I don't know, she's not brought my throat last days. I had a bath early in the morning. So. This Sri Krishna is trying to fill me up. We Indians are also suffering because our past deeds, like we had a caste system. So now the caste system has become the greatest headache for us in India. That's the greatest cancer for us. Like that, everywhere. These 20 years or 21 years have been, I don't know, because morning, also reaction on So like that in every country, you'll see gradually, every country will have to face for what it has done. Also, Sri Krishna's own style was that he never believed in caste system. He himself was born in a caste which is what you call is a milkman's caste. And then he became a king, of course, but to begin with. And he lived like an ordinary person. He used to take the cows outside, look after them, and bring them home. Now, if you see his life, you'll find he is absolutely very human. The way he used to tease his mother, tease other ladies, all this is extremely human and childlike and extremely sweet. But behind that also there was a great significance. For example, Sri Radha, as you know, she was Mahalakshmi. And as Mahalakshmi, she used to put her feet, take bath in the river Yamuna. And the ladies would take water from the same river, carry on their head the pitchers. Now, Sri Krishna wanted to raise their kundalini. So he used to hit them from the back so that the water falls on their back and that vibrated water would raise their kundalini. This was his childish trick, but it had a meaning. Another one, when we see him in Ras, Ra means energy, Radha, Ra is energy, Dham is the one who sustains. So it is Radhaji who had the energy, Sa means with. So when they played Ras, was nothing but to play with the energy. And that's how he wanted to have a collective awakening of people, of Gop and Gopis, and he did it. But then he had to leave and fight this Kamsa. In his own lifetime, as a child or grown up, he punished all kinds of devils and women, devils who were like Putna and all. He did it. And in this Kali Yuga also he is active. You have seen how gradually he has finished so many false gurus, one by one. Somebody who called himself Shri Krishna, somebody called himself as God, something else. He finished them all, exposed them nicely. And now we have very few people in the arena left for us to fight. They themselves are trembling and they are quite frightened of us because we are standing on truth. So now when we have to think about Sri Krishna, who is residing in our Vishuddha, many people have this problem of left Vishuddha. That is because we are more sort of very social people. Now in the Western society, the social system is so rigid that anybody can collapse with that. Or used to be, now better because of the maybe the revolt, anti-culture. But otherwise, if you could put one spoon from here to there, then you are finished. If you start your food with, say, not with a fish knife, but with an ordinary knife, then you are finished, you are no good. And these French had made even much worse by using a big science out of alcohol. For this alcohol, this is the glass, for that alcohol, that is the glass and all. So the whole collective was made so rigid. It's much more rigid than in India. I used to think Indian collective is quite rigid because of certain conditionings we have. But after coming to the West, I was surprised that it is such a conditioning in the heads of the people that some of the conditionings you cannot remove. Say from Catholic Church you might say, or from wherever it is. But when it comes from somebody like Freud, who was absolutely a devil, they just give up all these conditionings and take to that. I cannot understand any country where there is Catholic Church so predominant, they are following Freud. So, this collective rigidity, which was then, because maybe Sri Rama was a very formal person, Because of him, maybe the collective rigidity might have been in India. But in the West, it is all mental. It's absolutely mental. If you make this kind of hair, then you are all right. If you put oil, then you are absolutely lunatic. All kinds of funny ideas were given, and people started doing like this. If you don't put oil at all, you will become bald. If you become bald, then they will have a business of their wigs. So the whole thing was money oriented. And everything was made so fixed that you had to do it so that they could sell their things. England was, as you know, is tailcoat. You have to wear a tailcoat if you have to see the Queen. I don't know why you have to wear a tailcoat to see the Queen, but it's compulsory. And if you don't wear, then you are not allowed. So they have to borrow these tailcoats and all that from one shop, which can be tied, which can be loose, and everybody looks like Charlie Chaplin. They can't walk straight. So, this kind of stupid rigidity that came into the West has really made them very nervous. People are so nervous here. If you tell some lady that I'm going to come and have food with you, she will collapse. God knows what she thinks. I mean, it is caring for the public opinion or her own conditioning. But in an Indian housewife, if you tell her you are going to come, she'll be the happiest person. She'll be very happy that you are coming to her house for dinner. But here, even if you say, I would like to come and see you in the evening, they'll say, all right, come in the pub. Because they're so nervous. They're not sure of themselves. And this has come, I think, perhaps from these norms that they have been created in the West. In India also we had lots of these ritualism that came up very serious. Like we had people, Chinese, who pick up their hair with their hands. They are not supposed to use any knives or any scissors or any barbers. So they are supposed to pick up their hair on their own. So from their beard, from their this thing, they would pick up all the time. That went to such a horrible conditioning that they would say that even if you breathe, then you might consume some animals. So they would put some sort of a cloth before their mouth and all kinds of nonsense they did. At that time, Sri Krishna came. His own cousin was a Tirthankara. You will be surprised, Nemina. He became a Tirthankara. And that made Sri Krishna think about it. That this kind of stupid ritualism that we have, like in the morning, women will get up in their sleep, they will go put some water for Tulsi, do this thing, that thing, throw water here and there, and also untouchables and touchables, and you can't take water from this, you can't eat this, you can't move like that, all kinds of restrictions. Timing, everything. This time is not good, that time is not good, this you should not do, that you should not do. To such an extent that the whole movement of our country was around these rituals. I had nephews who used to come to Bombay for their work. Every time they went to Lucknow, they would come with shaven heads. I said, what's the matter? He said, there are many people in our family who are old, and when they die, we have to shave our heads. So every time they went, somebody died, so they came with shaven heads. Like that, such horrible rituals existed, and even now in the South India, a lot of rituals are there, terrible rituals. And they cannot get out of it, they are frightened. If they get out of it, then they might be.
We'll leave that there and just continue in meditation. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for giving us this opportunity to meditate together collectively. Thank you for all your love, compassion, and care. And thank you for enlightening and teaching us the divine knowledge of Sahaja. Thank you for collectivity. Jai Shri Mataji. We'll say the last verse of the three great mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Thank you for joining us again today. When you're ready to finish meditation, please bow down in front of Shri Mataji, raise your kundalini and put yourself into bandhan. Have a wonderful day ahead, everybody. Jai Shri Mataji.